What's going on, Boulder, Colorado? We're back with another video because we've got to talk about Coach Prime's savage response to the national media when they started speculating about him and his future with the Buffs. I'm telling you, I was cracking up when I heard it because right now the big conversation is, what does the 2025 NFL draft look like? Now, we know 2024 just passed this past weekend, and so now immediately the odds have come out for who's going to get drafted where, and the conversation around Shadur as well as Travis Hunter has begun. They had to go some stuff at Coach Prime, and he had to get them back to make sure that they understood what's going on. So we're not going to tell you. We're going to show you what Coach Prime said. Let you hear it from the man himself in just a moment. So please stick around with us. But first, let's talk about what's going on with Shadur and his odds here with the NFL draft. So we'll dive into that first here on the Primetime for College Football channel. Thank y'all for pulling up. Go ahead and jump in the comments and let me know where you think Shadur will end up in next year's draft. We'll see what those numbers look like and compare them in about a year. So the articles started coming out. We start seeing the odds drop. A few odds makers have already put out the mock drafts and everything. And it's kind of interesting because of how good Shadur was last season. He threw for a school record 3,200 yards and 27 touchdowns in the fall, and his first time playing in Power 5 football. Now, a lot of people were questioning if he had the capabilities, and the numbers showed themselves. Now, he was sacked a lot, but the good thing about Shadur is that he's going to overcome that adversity. Tom Brady, I know, has been working with him and coaching him up on that. He's going to be better going into next season, but a lot of the mocks dropped. And as of right now, Shadur Sanders is considered the first quarterback to come off of the draft board on most of the major publications. And even better for what Colorado is doing today, he's listed as number one on a few of them. And so we'll talk about a couple of them here. Like USA Today says that they think that he'll probably go number 28 overall, third quarterback in the draft. CBS Sports has him as the number one overall, going to the Carolina Panthers. And so that could possibly mean the Bryce Young experiment is over, which will be unfortunate for him. But it kind of makes sense if, you want yourself a bigger quarterback that can play. And he's made some massive strides to where he's gotten the attention of all of your draft experts. And then when you go into the Associated Press, they think that he's number 6 overall, potentially to the Giants. We've seen 247 say the same thing, which makes him the first quarterback coming off the board. We see number 3 for Bleacher Report for the Tennessee Titans. And then, of course, the Sporting News thinks that he's number 1 overall to the Panthers. And so if the Panthers decide to move on from Bryce Young, Shadur is the one that's expected to go. And I anticipate he'll add to that 3,000-yard season this past year he had, move up into 35 to 4,000, right? And so even from him, Travis Hunter is also expected to go first round. Not too many of the publications actually spoke about Travis as much, but a lot of them do have him going in the top 3 in the NFL draft, which means he's either going as a wide receiver or a cornerback. He's going to play somewhere, but someone in the top 3 wants to take that man's skill set and leverage it there in the NFL, which makes sense. Travis Hunter is a monster on the field playing both sides of the ball. The question is would he have the capabilities of doing that in the NFL? Now, I am not sold on Travis doing that in the NFL, but if he could change the game and be the first one to ever do it, I think that he has the will and the drive to try for it. We'll just have to see if NFL teams believe that he can actually do that. So that was basically all the draft conversation and such. So when the media decided to come talk to Coach Prime, they wanted to ask him, hey, your boys are going to the pros. You'll have Travis as well as Shadur going in the first round. And we know you've talked about where you preferred they would play and all of that. But now that we're here, what does the future look like for you? Are you going to follow your sons to the NFL? And of course, Coach Prime had to check and remind them who he is and what he's doing. This is what he said.
I don't follow my kids. I pave roads for my kids. I build generational wealth for my kids. I lead my kids. I don't follow my kids. So I do not plan on following my kids to the NFL. But I'm thankful, I'm glad that you already pretty much put them in the NFL. That means you believe in them. wholeheartedly, but I'm not that kind of father. I have work to do here. I absolutely love it here. It's beautiful here, especially yesterday it was. Knowing this weather, it's going to be beautiful tomorrow because we have no commitments on the field. So I'm serious. I absolutely love it here, man. I really do.
Now, I'm not surprised by what he said because it literally makes sense to what Coach Prime has been doing. He's been telling everybody he's not here because of his kids. He's here to open up doors for his kids. He's here to open up paths and generational wealth for them. He's been building that since he became primetime back in the 90s, right? So the thought that Coach Prime was going to follow his kids is kind of asinine if you really think about it. He said that he has unfinished business at Colorado, and I'm going to hold him to his word. He says he's a man of his word. He's a man of faith. I anticipate that he's going to actually follow through what he said he's going to do, in which the big thing he's going to do is what? Try to do some big things here at Colorado. So I think he'll at least live out his contract. And I anticipate that to be the big thing you see here for the Buffs is Coach Prime is here for the long haul, not the short. So that is what Coach Prime said. Please hop in the comments, join the conversation. Let us know what y'all think about Coach Prime's response. I thought it was a doozy. I kind of laughed because I like the way that he immediately let them know, no. This is not how this works. It's all about me taking care of them, not them taking care of me, right? I'm the one opening the doors and the path. So thank y'all for pulling up per the usual. Got a video here talking about the latest set of commits that came through. Y'all check that out because that's a big one. Colorado's had a lot of players come through, and now we're going to put together a video later so y'all can get to know all the new players that will actually play this year as well as the ones that committed for the 2025 class. So you're not really as confused. So check that video out here on the screen, and yeah, we'll talk soon.